right?
All right.
So we go to under MDI, tool number 12. So this is radial, correct? So obviously we can look under it and see the one that's facing this way. That one's called axial, right? So for our radial, like we studied in the class, if we touch on the face of the part, we gotta look in the program if they compensated for the diameter of the tool, right? For the radius. If we put it right in the center here, then we gotta make sure that our numbers do match the actual program. If it's 1 inch, it says Z minus 1 inch, correct? So when we're touching it off, I don't care which way you touch it off. It doesn't matter, as long as you touch it off, right? Just tell me whether you're touching off in the face or you're touching off in the center. Because you might be like, yeah, I'm touching off in the face, but if you're really touching in the center, well, you just missed the whole concept and you're gonna end up messing it up, correct? So we need to know whether you touch off in the face or the center of the end mill, or whatever tool you're using. All right? What time is it?
5-2.
Wouldn't you need to know the face dimension before you can even touch on?
He
Make
said,
sure
go to offset, go to work.
that it's at 0. All right? Because if you got a number there, it's going to remember the other value. All right? So there's a few ways to get rid of the 0. It says negative 5.3404, right? So if I go positive 5.3404, it's going to wipe it out to 0, right? I'm pretty sure I saw all of you guys do this. Nothing happens, right? If you're going to hit 0, push F1. Then I ask you, do you really want to do it? Yes. And there we go, right? 0, F1, Y, or whatever that's, if it's a positive, take it to a negative, same value. If it's a negative, take it to the positive, same value. Too easy, right? But you want to make sure that that's 0 because, especially if you're working at a shop that's day or night shift, you don't know what the other person put on there, right? I'd rather start from scratch, from the beginning, make sure everything is just right dressed, right? All right, so I caught up my tool. So when I go back to the offsets, I see right there, spindle. So I know which tool number I'm on, right? Obviously it's the tool carousel turret. So I'm on tool number 12. So I just come back down. And here's my Z on my X, right? So over here, that's my wear on my Z. X, Y, Z, and your wear on there too. Here's why I said that sometimes I would put my wear just so I could catch myself if I wanted to put it at the center, right? So let's say that, well, what's the first thing we gotta do?
Measure it.
Measure the tool, right? Go ahead.
All right, we're gonna pause while we measure. What you got there? What was your measurement?
350. But I don't know. Not using the CNC, that's kind of shitty. But kind of cool.
What? What is that?
Negative 0.35.
Oh no, it's like what? What is that? What?
That's 350?
Yeah.
That's 350? What'd you get?
It is.
What? What?
Let me just take a piece of paper, right? And jog it.
Papel. Oh, I thought he crashed it. On that machine. Sorry, Junior.
Let me do your screen so that minus 50 using it.
Alright, so if that's the face of it, and I'm just gonna touch it on the face, Z geometry, Z face measure, and that's it, right? I could compensate for the radius of the tool. What's 375 divided by 2? 187.1875?
Yeah.
So here I could put
I like how you agreed
negative
and didn't even check.
0.1875 in there, and now I know I'm at the center, right? Or I could have Z-face measured over here minus 0.1875. That way I know that I compensated for it right there.
So you can do it either.
Is that number?
Either
Yeah,
one.
either or. Or I could have hit 0. I can leave this at 0. F1. Come back. Part Z-face measure there. Bring it up. And then come over 0.1875. And then hit 0 there.
Why would that be?
That was my first
It's easier
suggestion.
to just put it under the wear.
Yeah.
It's like,
Honestly.
there's different ways of doing it, guys.
All right.
As long as you do it and you're tracking, because once we get to the second test, you gotta write your program. So your program has to match whether you're touching the face or the center of it, right? Because I had a student that touched the face, and it's easier to program Z-1 if you're already at if you're at 1, right? But he forgot to compensate for the radius. So guess what grade he got?
Yeah.
Not 50.
Minus 50.
Because you scratched this part, right? So that's your Z. X, pretty simple. We just have to measure the OD of the part. So let's say that it is 3 inches, right? Same way as the other ones. We come over here, you bring it down. Once it's touching, we go to X. X diameter measure. Enter my diameter, 3 inches, correct? Enter, and it changes it now, right? So the bottom of the end mill to the OD of the part is the 3 inches. Does that make sense? Man, I need that doing any work. That's the 3 inches, right? It's supposed to be a fire alarm. So that's the 3 inches, correct? Big thing, guys. Once you're doing the OD of the X, make sure you slow down your speed, right? Here's where you start getting real close to your jaws, right? So if you crash it to there and it gets stuck there, well, you just screwed everybody else.
So
Right.
your speed's down.
So make sure you slow down the X. So whenever, I'm gonna give you guys turns to do this, to get familiarized with the controls again, because it's been, what, a while
Forever.
since some of you guys have touched it,
I don't even
right?
know what this is. I've never seen it
And
before.
make sure, though, that you take it slow. Don't try to rush, don't try to, remember, you crash this machine, guys, you're screwing it up for a lot of people, right? So take it slow. Ask questions. Right now is the time to ask questions, right? Know the difference between type A and type B, correct? Not a thing. We just did it for the class, alright? Make sure you measure your part. Obviously for your test, we're gonna practice on this OD, but for your part test day, I'm gonna change those numbers, right? So I'm gonna take off some of the ODs, alright? Alright, it should be a lot easier now though, guys, because we're professionals and we just mastered this in CNC1, right?
I'm no professional. I'm just a student.
Alright,
Alright.